prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over.
All right. You guys see my screen? You're good now. Morning, Anis. Okay, so let's see what we get for this London Open in 20 minutes time. Morning, RP. Davey, how are you? Oh, Ty, sorry. I read Davey. I didn't see the first part. Ty, Davey. Okay, now gold. Gold have been freaking strong, man. This is a very outsized rally. Oh, thanks, Rob. Awesome. Sorry, Sarah. Yeah, I was just starting. So yeah, this rally we've seen in gold since these October lows, and then just everything rally. Bitcoin, equities, commodities, everything's just gone up. This so far, I think we're about 2 standard deviations above a normal rally. And gold, I think, has like some stats over a 3-month period. On average, returns like 66% of the time. Returns something, and this one's just showing like this only happens when there's times of fear, uncertainty, or doubt, or secular demand. And we've seen non-US central banks just been buying up gold by the handful. So I don't see any reason why it can't continue, but it may continue at a bit of a slower pace, because this is an incredibly steep journey. And gold will fall down after taking its blood sugar levels, maybe from 23.52 gold. Okay. Yeah, what's your plan for today, guys? What are you looking for, longs or shorts?
I'm thinking short.
On German?
As well.
Yes, all part of that clean candle from that sharp move yesterday.
Yeah, to come down and take this London low.
Yeah.
Sarah took gold scalp buy yesterday, 150 pips later. To fire out. Dave's looking for longs. Adelaide looking currently in a short from 18,312 to 18,220. Cool. This is long buys for DAX. Jerry, good morning. Or Jersey, sorry. Jersey, I should say. Good morning. Ty, will the ECB news have much impact on the DAX? ECB news? Where's the ECB news?
Trade balance French.
Oh, no, not the DAX. No, I think he's talking about this one. ECB Bank Lending Survey. Probably not. A lot of these yellow folders or yellow dots, they're low impact, as in not that they don't move the market, but usually these ones have the potential to, for sure. But and maybe even the bonds. But this usually, it's like they yes, it's usually not a high impact thing at all. And it's usually probably as well as that when the results come out, they're really steady as well. They don't expect big changes and things. So yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so Citi now expects the ECB to deliver 4 25 basis point cuts by end of year versus 5. Oh, okay. So they're pulling back on the expectations as well. What about the Asia market wrap? Yeah. So it's been a really tricky Monday, Tuesday, to be honest, so far. With the threat of the news tomorrow, the big one, the big CPI, the all-important inflation reading. We've also got some interest rates in the morning as well for the Kiwi. So yeah, be careful today. Be careful. Monday and Tuesday has been really quiet on the news front. And then we've got a big one tomorrow and Thursday. Thursday we've got Europe interest rates in the Euro. This is the same time in the New York session. And then at 1:30 we've got PPI and unemployment. And then we've got the ECB press conference. So we've got a huge news week. But it all kind of kicks off tomorrow. All right, so now, where do we think it's going to go? What about gold? What about the gold? It's bullish. It's very bullish. Very bullish. So as well as yesterday, I was pretty worried about like it's so strong that, and it's so much volatility that yesterday's Asian session moving 500 pips just in the Asian session alone, absolutely insane. So you don't like there's a lot because that Asian session has your Asian high up here and your Asian low down here. You've got a huge range that it could play in. So when we had the London session yesterday, just pretty range bound trading in this, like, I mean, it's not even a small range. It's just the Asian session so big. There's still 116 pip range just for the London session yesterday. That it's really hard to trade anything like that, because I mean, you just have to go in, set your stop loss, and then hope for the best. But you want to go long because the trend is up, but you don't want to go short because, well, you do want to go short because it's so high, but it's really hard. It makes you put in a really difficult spot. So I wasn't really comfortable trading anything in the London session. New York session gave a couple better options, especially when we pushed down. And this is something that I've touched on in the study sessions on the weekend. Now, when we have the New York Open, and this is something that I really like to trade, is not like we use a London session, but sometimes a London session you can use it as a data point. And where you've got, this is the New York Open, this red candle, and then we push up, and then we get into New York Stock Exchange, and New York Stock Exchange Open is this candle. I'll just change the color. So this one's New York Stock Exchange Open. Now I really like, for a clearer trade idea, if I don't get an idea during the London, and I usually don't trade gold during London, but for gold, for New York stock, after New York Stock Exchange is opened, use the New York Open. New York Open. You've got the London high as well. You've got the London low. London low had been taken in this case. We've got some data points to the left in this Asian session as well, and we've got a pre-New York Stock Exchange Open low, which is this one here. So I'm just going to call this New York low. So this is what we've got with the first 30 minutes. With the first 30 minutes of the New York Stock Exchange having been in the bag. Okay. So this is what you've got. Now, when New York Stock Exchange opens, they're going to do a liquidity grab of their own, and they'll look to manipulate either London session data point, poise or zoys, Asian session, poise or zoys, or what the New York. We know New York has a lot of volume in this overlap. This because we've got London still trading at this time. New York has opened. Now New York Stock Exchange, where do they think they're going to grab liquidity from? They don't really care where they get the liquidity from. They're just going to, this is a marketplace. They're just going to trigger buyers and sellers. That if you do get a reaction, or if you do get like price dipping below in this area or up in this area, you could be pretty, like most of the time, you're pretty well set to see price do something, like do a sweep of this and then have a pullback, or do a sweep of this and have a pullback. That's a pretty decent play most of the time. Not every day, but that's something that I do keep my eye on. So that was the only real option that I found I got for gold, was when we saw the next candle push down into this zone, and then think, well, there's a huge chance now we're going to get a reaction. So I'd actually look for buys on any sort of price action when this candle was dipping below the current session New York low. Does that make sense? So the only real option for gold was in this bit. Data point unavailable. I only went back yesterday. Anyway, so that was here. That was this candle. This was the liquidity sweeping candle. So 3 o'clock. As soon as 3 o'clock, the Harley Quinn candle just pushed down, dropped like 80 pips in a matter of minutes. Dom, this is what I mean. Fast move is the false move. Because it's like in the session already. The price has already been trending. We've got data points to the left and right. And when you see something like that, then I'm always thinking that's the beginning of the end. Or at least it's good for a bit of a correction. So after that move, looking for a long. was a good option here. My long, I didn't get till really late. I didn't get in. I don't think it was that one. Yeah, I think it was this one. I think it was this one that I got in on. That seeing if price could actually hold that area. Because I remember that's when I actually was walking. We bathed Maddie here, and then I ran to the gym quickly for it. And it was about 10 to 5. That's when I put that buy on. I actually closed that buy at the top here as well. Thinking that, you know, that's 50 pips. It looks just so minimal. 50 pips, I was pretty pleased that it just closed out when I was at the gym. And then a bit annoyed I missed this candle. And I seen this. I read this. I was already out of the trade, and I thought about putting the trade back on again for a buy around this point, because look at the time down here, 6:30. That candle alone was 58 pips, and that was basically in a minute as well. That at 6:30, you look at the headlines yesterday, and there was war news, war development. Where was it? Oh, it looks like the Times. I saw it somewhere else. I saw this headline somewhere else. Hamas rejected latest Israeli. Oh no, that's what I saw. I saw another one. It was a. I think the headline was the Israeli president, prime minister. What is he?
There's one down there, it's a bit lower. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Oh, this one, yeah. There we go. A date's been set for the Rafah invasion in Gaza. Yeah, I saw some of the. I saw that one, and that's what I was thinking. That can't be good for gold. Oh, sorry, that can't be bad for gold. Yeah. And then price, boop, popped up. Yeah, so I find trading in London, gold in London, can be, sometimes I just don't have enough information for a clear trade, and it's a shame for people that trade early, but you can see like how using those data points that you can get like quite a clear read later on. Just gotta gather that intel. All right. Where are we for German? Kind of this range. I want to see I want to see a sweep low go long. Adelaide wants to see a sweep all the way down to 220 to go long.
Yeah, I'd like it to come down there too.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking, but I think.
But after a grind like yesterday, where it didn't really give anyone, there was no real meaningful correction. So it does make me think that we've had a big down day last Thursday. Let's go up a time frame. Big Thursday, we had a big down day. Friday, on NFP, we actually didn't have any sort of result. Yesterday, we just grinded higher. I do wonder if we just sort of like grind back down a little bit, because what I was saying earlier about the 2 and 10 year is that 2 and 10 year yields rising. It might be them capping any potential upside until the inflation report comes out, and they're pricing in a higher than expected inflation report, which normally would put a lot of pressure on equities. So let's see. Man, I hope it's just not like another day like yesterday. Guys, while waiting, I've got minute 10. If you're watching on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, please. That's the least you can do. Be really, really helpful. Just get that count up a bit. Sort of stall at around like 18, which kind of reflects who's watching. Not many.
Sorry.
And who's here? Still only got a small group. Where is everyone? Where's Ronnie? There's Alan. There's Locke.
Oh, quick early move.
Just watching the low time frames. Hey Heath, how are ya? Yeah, this is it. 20 seconds. Go all chart view so we don't miss anything. Hour, bottom left. 30-minute, top left. 5s, 3s. Let's go change it to 15. All right.
Yeah. So,
This is the open. Can we take out the London 50? Yeah, I'd like to see price. What I was looking for yesterday was this little maneuver. See if we can do that.
Asia already had that double bottom.
All right, Justin. See you tomorrow, buddy. What'd you say, Glenn?
We've already had the little double bottom in Asia, and we have swept that already.
Yeah.
I'm in shorts. So my bias is for shorts. So just full disclosure, I'd like this sort of zone filled.
Yeah.
But obviously keeping my eye on these two candles to see what happens when we get into those zones.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking to see if we can take out this London low and this liquidity that was underneath this little consolidation here. Johan, hoping price retraces at least back down to the inverse bearish FEG on D1 from yesterday before going long. Where is that? Where is that? Oh, you want it? Wait. So you want it down to 20, around this 18,232 as well. Yeah, that'd be good. I think any upside is pretty capped with a CPI tomorrow. So I'm only looking for maybe 40 pips. Then secure and see if it can hold the runner.
Now that we're in that 15-minute wick, I've managed some of that trade.
Nice trade, buddy. Okay, so push into this support. Karthik. AMD. I'm not sure what AMD concept is. Okay, so we're taking the low of the liquidity candle in the 30-minute.
Just take a few more flashes there.
All right, so if we get a rejection wick from here, I'm gonna go long. But it needs to be, when I say a rejection wick, I want to see a bullish candle form, breaking the low, pushing up. It can be on the low time frames. I want to see something like that. And then I'll execute on it. See if we've got any news headlines that have come up. There's FEG bro waiting. Yeah, the other thing about if a candle, like I want to see like liquidity generated and liquidity swept. So just because it's in your zone doesn't mean you enter. Not just yet. Not unless you've got full confidence in the zone. If you're waiting for confirmation, you do want to see signs of like buyers stepping in. Buyers stepping in doesn't look like candles just pushing down. Yeah, so far, no rejection wicks. Nothing to do.
Ripper of a candle.
Sorry, mate.
That's a pretty impressive 15-minute candle.
Yeah, it's doing the same as it did just in reverse yesterday. Yesterday just shot straight up. This one's just shot straight down.
Mm.
Alright, so can these lower time frames little by little start forming some bullish structure?
Nothing super obvious yet.
No. At the moment it's just falling, so there's nothing to do. Got a little rejection here on the 1 minutes, but it's a pretty low quality time frame.
Even the top's got no wick on it though.
Yeah, we kind of want to see something happen soon, otherwise this 15-minute candle's going to close real strong to the downside. Hey B Panda, hello. Yeah, if it can quick smart start pushing up, like even on the 1 minutes, then it will look like a nice little liquidity grab.
That's looking a bit more promising.
Alright, broke the high. 3 minutes engulfing this candle. Is this just a fake out? Or we're going to the moon? Okay, next 3 minutes. This one can tell us big story.
I'll give him that a go.
You're long, yep. Come on.
Pulled into that. Sweeping yesterday's low.
Target Asian high. Sorry, Asian low.
Low. Asian low, 50% of London yesterday.
Yeah.
New York low, it's all sort of there. Well, gold just woke up.
What happened to that 48, huh? It's gone up. Ooh.
Gone 40 pips in the last 3 minutes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's doing that. Kind of correlated, isn't it? Inversely correlated. Okay, so the 15 minutes is going to close strong as. Kind of just broke underneath this little support, and then used it as a resistance. So it's not looking good for any buyers yet. This price action, maybe the second 15-minute candle will start to show turnaround, but it's actually looking like it's what it looked like. It's just doing the opposite of what yesterday. So yeah, there's not a lot to be done for me right now. Just need to wait, be patient.
Haydos gold's up at 53.
Oh my god!
Fine.
Holy! Damn.
Only headline I can see is BOJ.
Wow. Yeah, gold's mental at the moment. So that's a new all-time high.
Yeah.
God.
Just wondering whether I'm going to jump in front of the train.
Jeez, 56. 120 pips, like literally seconds. Gold's scary, man. That volatility is like incredibly scary. Oh, who was here? Someone in the chat. Who was it? Prince? Was it Prince Rajput? He said 23.52 gold start falling.
I'm in shorts on that now.
Yeah, something must have happened. I guess we'll find out. We'll trickle into the media. But that just went ballistic. Now, German, learn from your brother.
Oh, she's tumbling. Go, baby, go.
Must be like, what, up 40 pips when you jumped in?
Oh, 32, I think. At
32.
the moment, I'm not stop myself out. I'm just trailing the stop. Super tight. Like my stop loss is right up its backside, 30 pips in profit. I'll get stopped out, it'll be for 30 pips.
Sarah, you were in that long still as well, weren't you? Must be up 300 pips now. You're saying 150
Okay,
here.
that just got me. Just got me then.
Crazy. Well, all the action's happening there.
I'm still surviving. I thought it was going to get stopped out, but it just missed it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like what it's doing, the price action, but I don't mind how it formed this candle here and then swept it and then immediately went back up. But I really wanted to see some follow through. If this really was a sweep, if this was liquidity generated, and this is a sweep, I'm a little bit concerned about why gold just spiked up. Because if that was any sort of like concern, global concern, then usually equities don't follow. Equities don't normally rally when there's a flight to safety.
The only thing that corresponded with it was the little, the governor of Bank of Japan.
No, it wouldn't be that. It'd be something that we haven't heard yet. It will take time to see something like that, and then someone to find the reason why. Money moves before news.
Moved 17 pips from where my trailing stop got stopped.
I kind of want to go long here, but I'm really concerned about the sweep. Further, another leg down, and then just doing something like this. So I don't want to put money in this just yet. Even if it does start forming like a proper low, and then it starts going bullish, you know, even if you jumped in late, you can still grab some pips. So we don't have to pick the low. There's no point trying to pick a low here, unless if it was later in the week and had a bit more like maybe like fundamental reason to go long just now, and I see price being low, that I'll be pretty keen to buy something that I feel is underpriced. But being so early in the week with CPI as well, and after yesterday's open, which wasn't, you know, it wasn't the friendliest open, means I'm still just trying to pick some information. Yeah, come on, man, push bullish. Fly, my pretty.
Come on, push.
Johan says Nas spiked up above the Asian consolidation, or Nas spiking as well, huh? Come on.
Totally different price action, but
yeah, it didn't have that sweep. That's all right.
yeah, Naz is more breakout. It's still stuck in that huge range. Nikkei's been strong today.
Nikkei, the Japanese one, JPY 225.
Yeah, what a strong little bullish trend.
Yeah, it's not looking good. It looks like it just came back up.
Good.
Just rejected these highs. It's really struggling. So at least this wick now gives me a clear, something to clearly to look for. So if we get something closing above that wick, we're correcting this move. So at least that's something. Now I just got to sit and wait for something to close above, and then it can target to correct this move and extend this London high. So yeah, at least that's one piece of information.
Ooh. Gold's had its pullback and wants to have another go, I think.
What did you see something, Sarah? That move typically would be some sort of FUD. Might not be war though. Maybe it's reports of a very high CPI read. Maybe they release some news. I don't know.
Still pushing again. Mental.
I changed this little pathway because it's not, definitely didn't do like the sweep, but whatever it's doing here, I'd look for that. I just don't know what this leg's going to do. If it's going to do a sweep, or it's going to start building bullish structure, or we just continue trending down, because that breaking and retesting like that looks like it's just going to break it further and come down. Now, do you want to take breakout sells? I don't really want to do that. It wasn't my original plan, even though it's looking far more likely now to do that, because it wasn't my original plan. I find, yeah, it's really tricky for me to go against my original plan. And you need to be...
That stopped me out just then, that little spike down.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to be in it if it kept breaking that low.
Yeah, no, that's a good move. It's better to take your licks early and then find a better location to get back in, rather than, like, say you're buying here and price drops further, rather than holding that drawdown and then being happy when it comes back finally to profit. It's better to, like, try avoid that and, like, just get in again lower if it's still part of your plan. Annoying thing is if it, like, literally takes you out and then you don't get back in, don't get a chance to get back in. I think NAS swept liquidities. NAS, yeah, NAS is the same as gold. Is I don't normally look at it too much during the London session because it moves so much better in New York. Oh man, this is just painful.
Gold failed to break the high.
Broke below that wick now, did it?
Now breaking the low. That pullback. Well, it's not breaking the low. It's retesting it. So.
Yeah, damn man, I really don't know what to do on the gold. If this was CPI and you get a fake out underneath here, then often that leads to price pushing up and having another leg higher. Like, I've seen that a bunch of times. When it pushes up and then it does like the wick fill straight away, then it comes down and then it sucks people in looking to correct, and then it pushes back up again. We need to find a reason for this. A reason for this move. Something should have, like, there's got to be some reason. Things don't just move 100 pips in 3 minutes for no reason.
I've been looking on the news, I can't find anything.
Yeah.
I've given this another bullet. Long.
Which one? German?
No.
Gold.
No, gold I'm holding. I looking at treating this as a double top at the moment. I've got super tight stop loss on it, so I'm not going to get slipped too much.
Sure. And this is just consolidating, man. OS, howdy, quick question. Do you, regardless of time frame, choose the smallest FEG? Just notice your DAX M5, one above the range, where there could be a fifth. I don't use FEG, so maybe that's what confusing. Just notice your DAX M5, one above the range. Where there could be a 15-minute. Sorry, man, I'm not following. Are you talking about this one? Yeah, is that one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, talking about that one. Yeah, so I think because I'm not thinking about it as a fair value gap, but I'm thinking about that as there was no real orders in this zone, so price just cut straight through it, and then we pushed down, and then we had a little retest, and then we pushed down and filled. Now, because I'm overall bullish and the trend is overall up, more up than down. I know the last couple of days we've seen a little bit of, like on the 4 hour, it's looked a little bit cyclical to the downside, like down, up, down, new lower low, so lower, making lower highs and lower lows. But I'm still very bullish on equities. If we just zoom out, I just think this could be part of a complex pullback. Now, if I'm looking for the long case here, I would like to see price find a support, and that, like, I've got two reasons why. Like, I'm not 100% certain on longs, but I'm looking for price action to support my initial bias, and I did want to see a bit of a liquidity grab to the downside, and then this being the retest. If we're closing above that retest, which failed to go and make a new lower low, lower close, then I'd say that it's going to have to look for an area where sellers can step back in again. And right now, there is a chance that they push price down. This is a chance that they push price down. People see this, they react to it. Price pulls back, they jump in for sells, hoping that price is going to keep on legging it down. Those sellers are going to have their buy orders, stop losses up here, and they could use those buy orders to fund their move down again, and just sweep those early sellers that got in after the late and early sellers. But if we're closing above this area, if the idea was to push down to this liquidity area and grab existing sell orders, then they can use those sell orders to push price up. So that's why I'm pretty interested in this zone, that if we can close above this black line again, then I think there's a good chance that we push up towards this pink line. Very good chance. We just need to wait and see if it does do that indeed. And who knows, maybe it does leg down again, another leg down, and then it could be eventually price taking ages to close above this line. But when it does, I think that's a high probable trade.
Right,
it's just
minute on
when it happens. 30 minute, did you say?
15.
15. Okay.
That liquidity, just zoom out a little bit for you so you can see your London session.
Oh yeah.
That liquidity candle.
Yep.
We've retested the 50% on a few different brokers.
Yep. Makes sense. Ivan likes the shape as well. Yeah. Busy graft-ins, short on gold and crude. Let's see what happens. Yeah, crude is a real concern. Keep an eye on crude. If that creeps up towards $90 to $100 in the barrel, then I think we have recession fears, and then I think we get a meaningful correction on equities. Until that happens, this trend is pretty strong.
One theory I was testing a little while ago, this little push down to support, what I've been seeing quite often is that gets doubled in the session. So that
Yeah,
support
2 legs.
becomes the London 50%.
Yeah, like what it did yesterday.
Mm.
That initial push.
Yeah, pushes up, creates a resistance, and then it doubles it.
Yeah.
So that first 30-minute candle, you can double it, even though it might be just wishy-washy for the next, like the rest of the period. That can happen.
Yeah.
Obviously, reversal pattern changes things, but
yeah, you'd want to see for it to be a liquidity grab. Generally, you don't want it to be forming like structure inside of here.
Did I leave anything on?
Oh no, I accidentally cleared all.
No, that's all right. Looking back and forth between your screen and others.
So it's been like 30 minutes. We'd had initial lovely little push, and then for 30 minutes we've just done nothing. Very typical of a Monday, Tuesday, with no real news that we like predicted. Scheduled news with CPI tomorrow. Very typical behaviours. So I'm going pretty easy no matter what today. I'd rather wait for when we've got some news to have a crack at it, and hopefully it can fare better than it did on NFP. Thanks, Richard. Raja caught the 100 pips on gold buys. Very nice. Very nice. The old crystal ball said that was happening.
Good morning, Haydos.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. Any trade?
No, I was hoping to go long on German, but it didn't give me any price action that I liked, so I don't see nothing inside of here. But price pushed down. This is the zone I was targeting to see if it could do like a sell to buy. It gave a 3-minute candle, this one here, then did the little sweep and then pushed up, and I was thinking, geez, if we can actually start creating some structure above, maybe retest and then break above again, then I'll go long. But it rejected, broke the low, and it's just been tracking sideways. Gold went crazy, but yeah, I don't see nothing I like on this.
If you go to the hourly, on the left side, we have a broken FU where this FU was broken away here. So after that, if you extend the high of that candle, you will see price never close above that high.
The whole candle. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
So push to the downside, price came back. I think it's gonna push again to the downside like this.
Yeah, it's looking it, isn't it? Yeah, I was this 18330 area yesterday, I had my eye on it.
I think you said about taking sells from that area. I think.
Yeah, I had two areas I was looking for sells. So I think I'll bring it up here. Yeah, that was yesterday's plan. I was looking for sells. You see the price. So anywhere inside of this zone, plenty of areas, near 50%. Had my alerts at this area, and then this area, I wanted to see this box, this rectangle, swept. So you see the price, 321. That was sent yesterday, 11 o'clock. But then I got an entry on it on the like late London session, so that usual pullback just before NY starts, and then that 8320, that was this zone here, this box. Yeah, I to be honest, I was more focused on gold and NAS in this New York session. Kind of missed. I did see this really nice move, this one here on this 4-minute candle, or like it's on the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s. I did see that. I missed that move, and then after that, I didn't look at German again. I got too busy, but it proved to be the nice area. How did you go yesterday?
Well, I took a one loss, and after stream I got a one sell. The original bias was sell from yesterday.
On gold.
Yes, on gold.
I got a buy around the same time. So where was your sell? It was a tough day yesterday because it's tough when there's no news. You got that one.
Initially missed the sell when I was explaining my plan here.
Yeah.
But missed the sell when this price moved to the downside.
Yeah.
And then after I took a one sell here because the stop loss was too big for me to put here. It was like a 50 fixed stop loss.
Yeah, so huge.
So first sell I took I think on 1 minute, and then second one I took it after this candle about to close. On 1 minute we have a FE candle there.
In here somewhere? Oh.
It's still fine.
There we go, there's 1 minute.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Once this candle was closed below this area, I took it on this candle here, keeping my stop loss above here.
Alright, good one. I got the longs. I got so I was using, I'll go back to the 5s. So we had, this is your New York high, this was your New York low pre NYSE, and then I was looking for NYSE to open to which was I think it was the same, no, it was this candle here, that was NYSE, this bullish one. So then I waited to see what NYSE was going to do, and they swept at the time the session low, and then closed back above, and I took it around this point.
Nice.
And targeted the highs. And then
you
that
could have
went.
Targeted this imbalance candle. We have this imbalance candle left here.
Yeah, I was on the phone, so I missed a lot of details. I saw that it swept the lows, because I was walking to the city, and when I entered onto the trade, I just set a 50 pip target. I didn't really look at the candles, but it would have been nice to have been in that trade still with this candle. That was a fast one. It just went pop.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty, like, I do like using that data point, like New York high, New York low, pre NYSE, and then let NYSE do a sweep or something. It's really, it's quite powerful. So good thing good one for people to backtest. Judehan, in H1 there is a descending channel. I wonder if we're on our way low. Oh yeah, it looks lower for sure. Like, I was hoping that we were going to do a liquidity grab, but I spent too much time in this area, and retesting that zone suggests, like what Glenn was saying as well, that it's kind of doing the same thing we did yesterday. Gives people like a little bit, it's obviously different than yesterday, but had that initial push up, and then it gave plenty of time inside of this area, and it just continued drifting that way. So it looks like it's doing the same thing. So there's no buys to be had just yet. Especially now you've got clean candles here, and this is a bit of a concern as well. This New York low, London low with no wick. That I reckon that could just come all the way down now. So my long bias is kaput for now. Which is annoying. That Sarah saying Naz is dropping as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Jesus. Gold going up, equities going down. Something's going on. Something. Gold, please. I just did gold. Literally, we just spoke about gold. Okay. So now this is the... Oh, we just swept this. Now we've just swept the low of that 15-minute liquidity candle. If I go to 15 minutes, this one that supported all this move up, where we had to push up, pushed up, a little retest, and then pushed up again. Now we just literally just took the little wick of this candle. Oh, Sarah, you found something, did you? Not much, just on live newsfeed. Can I take a look? The VIX? Yeah, I spoke about the VIX. Oh, well, that was pre we started. Before we started the stream, I was given my case for VIX. Yeah. So VIX is a measure of basically like options put on as insurance policies for the S&P 500. So if there's a lot of options placed, then they're used as insurance policies. And the only reason you'd put in put a bunch of spike in insurance policies is if you deem that there's a threat going on. So VIX over the long time run average, VIX the average is about 19. So just because it's the average, don't treat that with a grain of salt, whether that's above 19 is fear, below 19 is fear. But what we've seen is in bull rallies, we see VIX run low for a very long time. And we've been running pretty low for a very long time. You can see almost just so super low volatility, but we're starting to see a bit of an uptick as well. So that means that there is it's normal to be quite low, especially under the long run average of 19. When we do have, you can see where we spiked up in September to late October, and this was in the threat of the Gaza-Israel conflict war starting. And then when there was pretty certain that it wasn't going to cross borders for now, you can see when VIX really fell off at the start of November. And that's correlated as well with the recent bull rallies that we've had on all of the asset classes as well. So you can see back over here, November. So that when VIX spiked up, we saw equity suffer, and then when VIX started coming down again, we've seen perception of risk pretty low, and we've seen equities really really benefit from that. Now that VIX is still pretty low, 15, what we're actually getting though yesterday, or sorry, in recent days, is it spiked up from 12 up, and we got as high as like 16.9. But it seems the volatility is picking up, and that volatility is picking up in the form of people are putting in some hedges as a bit of a safety option. Now, yesterday, will the US elections affect it pretty hard? It should have a pullback for sure. Usually there is, because it's uncertainty. So you've got an incumbent, Biden, and you've got Trump as well. So you kind of don't know what you get. You kind of know what you're going to get, and you don't know what you're going to get. Either way, you're going to get an old guy. You're really old guys, and that could be a real concern, because Trump's volatile, and Biden, you kind of know what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of deficit spending. Either way, it's uncertain what you get. So in stock market doesn't like uncertainty. So if you're going to get uncertainty, you're going to see stocks pull back a bit leading up into that election. Once the election is done and the dust is settled, the markets, doesn't matter who wins, you'll see markets correct now, because at least they've got a plan going forward, whether it's going to be Trump's policies or Biden's policies. The thing for the VIX is that we spiked up, but the other thing that spiked up as well yesterday was your 2-year and your 10-year Treasury yields. They both raised up to the highest they've been all year. I know we're only 1 quarter into the year, but having 2-year and 10-year yields at their highest they've been for this year to date suggests that the market is pricing in lower. They're reducing their rate cut expectations, so they're pricing in a higher interest rate. So that leads me to think that they're pricing in CPI tomorrow coming in higher than expected, which is now going to probably push back the next rate cut from June, probably to the July meeting, which normally would be really negative for stocks. But the market, as we've seen on Friday, is taking a glass half full optimistic approach, and what they're looking at is that, look, the economy can handle it. So good news is good news for the stock market. However, the 2 and the 10-year, that's why I thought the upside would be a bit capped today, but I thought we'd have a good chance that we push down, come up, grab liquidity, and then sort of just temper and kind of finish the day where we started, going into CPI tomorrow. That was my plan going into the day. But with London Open pushing down, and then we're really struggling to we just consolidated for so long. It told me that there's no buying pressure just yet. So I need to see some. My plan still is going to be, once we close back above here, to trade up, but I don't want to catch this falling knife. So I'm going to be really careful with my money today. Trump rally the market while Sleepy Joe. Nah, I think it might be the opposite actually. I know Trump's all about corporate taxes and stuff, but he's pretty volatile. So he'll probably go. Yeah, he'll probably push price up, because if the stock market's high, then the top 1% feel good about their portfolios, and they're the lobbyists. So as long Trump usually probably support those guys, and Biden, well, their deficit spending is out of control, and if the market's a reflection of what it's priced in at, and the market's valued in US dollars, and if the deficit spending gets out of control and the US goes into inflation comes back, then that's good for equities. So either way, You know, the market doesn't matter like how many wars and pandemics and things, prices like the market's gone through over the history of time. The stock market, not the NAS so much because the NAS is fairly new, but the stock market just goes up and to the right. And all these like things that come in are just that. They're just, you know, these world-ending 50% crashes are very short-lived, and it just keeps on pushing up and up and up. So as long as you're not like approaching retirement age and you're heavily invested in the stock market, like that's a real concern, because if you are and you have a crash like, you know, a year before you retire, like you might not have enough time to survive for the correction, and you might be forced to sell at the absolute worst time. But you know, if you're young and you're invested in the stock market, it just keeps on going up. And just because, like, you know, doesn't mean like this is the high, the all-time ever high, and that's it. America capitulates. I'd say that they can keep this rally going and going and going, and that, you know, 50 years time, unless there's an alternative to the business world reserve currency, we just keep on, you know, we could be double where we are from now. You know, at any stage, even here, back in 2007, we know what happened in 2007, but even here, people would have been pretty worried about buying these highs, and it's still, you know, we had GFC that comes in, which crashes the market, and it just destroyed people. But now when you look at the GFC back over here, yeah, that was a pretty tough time for 18 months, and then it recovered, and now we're trading almost 3 times higher. Dave, seeing if there are longs from where German is now. So we pushed down another leg down to 214. So Adelaide, you got a killer.
You hit that neckline.
We hit the Asian high. The dollar been printing like water though. Yeah, exactly. That's what's good for equities. That's really good for anything that's priced in dollars should go up, because if you just keep on printing dollars, the value of the underlying asset here will just go up and compared to every dollar. Yeah, Dave, what's your case, mate? Oh, Dave's from the future, that's why.
Oh no, that's the other David. My other David. There's several of me. It's just a coincidence of that magic green line and New York high, Asian high, and just resistance turn support on the top of the Asian, those 2 Asian areas. Sessions. So I'm kind of,
yeah, I'll give that a shot.
That. I was also same assessment as Akshay regarding short bias, but only down to the next point of major confluence. So that's, if it breaks through here, then it's all the way back down to the next euro low, blah blah blah. But
yeah, I'll give that a shot, mate. Let's see if we get a liquidity candle or something. I'll go with it too.
Yeah, I mean it is definitely bullish, but I was a bit puzzled about structure, but I did see I was actually at a broken long FU candle on the 3 hour, but it's pretty much the same zone that Akshay talked about, which meant that I was short. But
this one here,
I fly down to. Yeah, that one. Yeah, didn't close above that, or at least not on mine. But yeah, how far down to? I mean, if it gets down to the bottom of the key structural low, then obviously I'm long from there, but I'd like to see if there's something from here. But we'll see.
We also have a imbalance candle here. No bottom with that.
Yeah, I was annoyed at that imbalance candle because longs was the original idea yesterday, and that freaking thing, when it pushed up, I wanted it to trade back down to that for it to break the low and then go up. I'm annoyed that it didn't. German knows me. I see you, Heath, after work. See you, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a crack. I'm gonna end the stream though because it's 9 o'clock, and let's see if we can get like a bit of a how much has it gone? This gone 80 pips. 62 pips. Yeah, because well, I'm gonna continue with my peeps. We're gonna continue. I'm gonna give this a shot if we get a liquidity candle. So I'm gonna end the stream, but on YouTube. But what I want to see is a candle break the low and then close bullish. Just nice and real simple. Just want to see some sort of rejection from these lows, and then trade up at least to make this no wick candle, and then maybe I can just hold that to do a full London correction perhaps. But at least, you know, if it goes up and it goes up more than like 15 pips, there's no way I'll let it become a loser. I'll probably scale out so that it at least whatever risk I've got on the table matches what my stop loss is, or prefer to lock things in. But I'm going to go long, just waiting for a bit of a wick rejection. The 1 minute's kind of already given it, which is a bit annoying. I do want to see like a 3 minute or above. The 2 minute even did it. Bloody hell. Let's see if I can get a retest. Anyway, YouTube, I am going to end it. Good luck. Give the stream a like. And I shall see you tomorrow, okay? Oh, you got in at 212.2, Dave. Awesome.
Hayden, I have a question on gold, only insofar as the candle formation on the 30-minute view. Is
Yeah.
it meaningful when